And Jimmy Kimmel, he's very mad at me, and I know you're close to him.
I've heard
I hope you tell him that, I'm sorry that, they got bent out of shape. I don't think I did anything wrong. We can have disagreements.
I agree.
I mean, you and I don't agree on everything. Look at this clash now. And yet we're cool. Sometimes I am a little brash about me when they compare me with the other late night guys. And I'm like, I'm not like you guys. I'm not. You could all exchange your monologues, all of you, and no one would know the difference in tone. Okay?
Tone, yeah.
Whereas me, I'm not there. I'm not in on your. I don't just buy into the left-wing bullshit, and I never stop making fun of the right-wing.
Bill Maher fired strong criticism at Jimmy Kimmel and other political comedy hosts, and the internet quickly reacted. Maher, who used to be close friends with Kimmel, explained that their friendship fell apart because he would not follow the same direction Kimmel chose. He spoke openly and criticized late-night hosts for what he sees as obvious double standards. Honestly, it was intense. So if you enjoy bold political opinions, subscribe now and let's get started right away.
Me so much. My tribe is supposed to be the left, but these are the people who just can't talk to you unless you're exactly there. Whereas the Republicans, they always fucking come to my show. John Kennedy from Louisiana was on last week. Took his beating like a man, like they all do. And we came across lovingly and smilingly and happily, and we can disagree.
I agree.
You and I aren't always completely on the same page, although we're very close because we're both smart guys. But I just don't get.
Maher did not stay quiet when he shared his frustration with his own political side. He believes too many people on the left have closed themselves off from anyone who does not share their exact views. They remain inside their own bubbles. Echo chambers, where the same popular talking points are repeated again and again without being questioned. It feels safe for them, but it also makes them weak. When they step outside that bubble and face someone who challenges their ideas or disagrees, they often struggle to present a strong argument to defend themselves. Maher thinks this is a serious issue because it damages real debate and weakens credibility. He feels upset not only because people avoid engagement, but because it harms the very causes they say they support. For Maher, refusing to accept different opinions is not just irritating, it is harmful to meaningful political discussion.
At all.
Right.
And if that's not good enough for you, then I think you're the asshole. And I don't think Jimmy is an asshole.
No,
I think he's a great guy. And it bugs me that, because of what the latest thing was, that, we may never talk.
You guys should be thick as thieves and on the same page. And I'll tell you something interesting, talking about left and talking about right.
Even though Maher makes some quiet criticisms of Jimmy Kimmel, he still seems willing to offer peace. He wants to show that disagreement does not have to turn into hostility. And honestly, that makes sense. We are not all going to share the same feelings, thoughts, policies, politics, or beliefs. Different opinions are natural and even important in a healthy society. Yet many people act as if any disagreement turns someone into an enemy. Maher challenges that mindset, explaining that it is neither wise nor helpful. Differences should lead to conversation and thoughtful debate, not personal attacks or attempts to silence someone else's view. For Mean, this goes beyond his conflict with Kimmel. It reflects a larger message about tolerance and intellectual honesty. Respectful disagreement shows maturity, not weakness. Anyone who believes otherwise completely misses the real point.
For stamp. I mean,
maybe
you can't tell me that Congress.
I don't mean Congress. I mean, amongst the tastemakers, your sort of Tucker Carlsons, your Candace Owens, your Ben Shapiro's.
You're right. They're all over the map.
They're all battling.
They're fighting each other.
Right. And on the left, everyone's sort of lockstep in terms of the tastemakers.
Right. Ben Shapiro, Yarmulke.
Right.
Tucker Carlson, Hitler.
Right.
Not so bad.
Right. So
what the fuck?
But all I'm saying is whether you agree or disagree.
Let's be honest. I would not say they are truly fighting, but they are clearly disagreeing in public. And that is actually the heart of democracy. Debate, tension, and opposing viewpoints help shape and improve ideas. Now consider this. Can we honestly say the same thing about the political left? Not always. The reality is that many people on the left do not fully agree with the far left, yet they feel too nervous to admit it openly. Instead of speaking up, they stay quiet and go along with it, worried about criticism or being pushed out by their own group. That is not real unity, that is fear. And fear destroys open discussion. When disagreement becomes forbidden, democracy begins to weaken. Maher makes a direct point here. Any movement that cannot accept internal disagreement is fragile, and pretending it is strong only makes it seem dishonest.
Wasn't a good look for the woman party that all the guys were speaking out for Jimmy Kimmel when Trump went after him, except on the woman show, where for 5 days the outspoken hosts were suddenly as quiet as a geisha. Then on the 5th day, they rose and said, "No one silences us. No one had to. You silenced yourself."
This situation became more serious when Jimmy Kimmel was suspended for several days because of comments he made on his show. I will not repeat the full story since most people already know what happened, but this is where Maher's criticism becomes stronger. He calls out the hosts of The View for staying silent when Kimmel was essentially canceled. These are individuals who often say they support free speech, compassion, and fairness, but they seem quiet when someone on their side faces trouble. Maher believes their silence did not happen by accident. It appeared deliberate. Remaining silent felt safer than facing online criticism. Maher views that silence as clear hypocrisy. If someone only supports free expression when it is politically safe, then they do not truly support it. They are simply pleasing the audience. And Maher argues that this attitude shows what is wrong with daytime political commentary today.
Continued, did you all really think we weren't going to talk about Jimmy Kimmel? No, I thought you would, but then you didn't. Five days? Talk about needing extra time to get ready. And if you can't take a breath and laugh at that, you're making my point.
Like Kimmel, the women on The View proudly accept the woke label, but their outrage often seems selective. They are loud, expressive, and persistent. When a controversy involves the right, every mistake becomes a moral scandal. Every comment treated like a national crisis. But when the same judgment should be applied to the left, everything suddenly goes quiet. No serious discussions, no strong speeches, no emotional calls for accountability. Maher points to this as clear hypocrisy. If someone's values only appear when it is politically useful, then they are not real values, they are performance. The silence does not seem accidental. It feels calculated. Speaking up would require turning that same moral spotlight on themselves, and that is something they avoid. Instead, they close ranks and wait for the controversy to fade. Maher's frustration is straightforward. You cannot claim moral authority while refusing to apply standards barely. That is image signaling instead of genuine principle.
It's just an upbeat party show. That's why they hired people named Joy and Sunny and Whoopi. Girls, let me go out strong, okay? It won't kill you. I promise. It's happened to me, and I may go out after this show. We don't know. We don't know. And, Jimmy, look, I don't think what he said was exactly right. I don't. We don't agree on that. He still loses.
In this clip, Maher is actually defending Kimmel, and that alone shows the respect he still has for him. This is not about personal dislike. It is about principle. Maher is not trying to damage Kimmel's reputation. He is trying to set boundaries. The larger issue is that Maher refuses to participate in what he sees as exaggerated political performances dominating late-night comedy. Kimmel and his team often focus heavily on criticizing Trump and MAGA, almost making it expected. Maher does not want to join that pattern. It is not because he supports Trump, but because he does not want comedy to become party-driven messaging. Maher believes satire should challenge everyone, not only the socially approved targets. That stance separates him from others and makes some people uneasy. In today's media environment, balance is not viewed as independence. It is sometimes treated as betrayal, and Maher simply refuses to follow that path.
Aaron, to try to say that these nuts who do these things are any team. Jimmy's wrong, I think, to put him in one team. But, look at what this guy is doing. I mean, Jimmy has every right to be wrong, but look at this guy. He was doing porn video games with furries. He was on a game called Furry Shades of Gay 3. This kid is in his basement with VR goggles on, getting virtually ass-fucked by a cartoon wombat? And you're gonna put politics into this?
This may be the point where Kimmel and Maher truly began drifting apart. Maher openly criticized Kimmel for bringing politics into nearly everything, and he made it clear he disagreed with that direction. He was not alone in noticing the change. Over time, many late-night hosts have transformed their shows into political arenas, using humor more as a tool for argument than simple entertainment. The lighthearted fun that once defined late-night television, the jokes, the skits, the engaging interviews, has slowly faded. In its place, audiences often see steady political commentary, opinion-filled monologues, and a predictable viewpoint on nearly every subject. Maher regrets this shift because he believes it harms the core of the genre. Late night used to help people relax and laugh at life's absurd moments, not serve as a nightly lesson in ideology. That is why Maher criticizes not only Kimmel, but the broader trend shaping modern late-night comedy.
And finally, new rule, stop saying that Whoopi Goldberg getting yanked from The View right after she attacked me on The View is karma. There's no such thing as karma, sorry. Sorry, but life is random. The only word to describe it when a big game hunter gets trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions is hilarious. Now, I mentioned this karma stuff on the show last week because I was relating how many texts and emails I got from people congratulating me on receiving a karmagram from the universe in the form of Whoopi Goldberg's chastisement.
Maher was not pleased when Whoopi Goldberg was temporarily removed from television over comments many considered inappropriate. Regardless of what she said, Maher's position remained consistent. He believed she had the right to speak without losing her job for it. That reflects Maher's long-held view. He supports free expression even when he disagrees with what is said. In his opinion, punishing speech, especially in comedy or commentary, creates a troubling example. Criticizing someone's words is reasonable. Silencing them is not. This distinction is often overlooked. When Maher challenges someone's ideas, it does not mean he dislikes them personally. Disagreement does not equal hostility. So when he critiques Kimmel, it represents a difference in philosophy, not personal resentment. They can still respect each other. They can remain friends. Mature adults can disagree about politics, tone, or strategy, and still value one another. For Maher, that is the key idea. Friends should debate, not cancel each other.
Goldberg shouldn't have to conform to or apologize for her views on race, as much as I disagree with them. And she certainly shouldn't have to sit out like a child and think about what she did. The View suspending someone for sharing a view is like firing Pat Sajak for selling a vowel.
America is a democratic country and has long been regarded as a symbol of democracy worldwide. A core part of that identity is protecting free speech, even when speech feels controversial, uncomfortable, or unpopular. We should not begin canceling individuals simply because they share an opinion. Disagreement is not illegal, and offense is not the same as actual harm. As many have argued, systems already exist to address speech that clearly crosses legal boundaries, including courts, workplace rules, public discussion, and accountability processes. These systems serve an important purpose and should operate without public outrage replacing fair procedure. When cancellation becomes the automatic reaction, democratic values are weakened. No person should lose employment or reputation solely for expressing a viewpoint. Challenge it, debate it, respond to it, but do not silence it. Silencing is not democracy, it is fear disguised as moral virtue. And with that, we reach the conclusion of today's discussion. If you found this helpful, press the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Remember to turn on notifications so you know when a new video is posted. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.